Honestly, I feel bad for the hairstylists, especially like those who are millennials and Gen YX, the ones behind the millennials.
Because you're not clients, you're chair hoppers. You go from one stylist chair to another stylist because of what you see on, your feed, on social media, on TikTok, IG.
Y'all aren't making any fucking money because everybody is learning how to do their hair themselves, which is what I have always been encouraging. Ain't no way it should cost $400 to put a wig on somebody's head. Y'all are overpriced. Y'all don't even care about the integrity of somebody's hair on their scalp.
What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, Tasty with the T. So today I wanted to talk about something that has been a very heavy topic on social media, and it's one that I think a lot of us can kind of relate to, especially as women, right? And excuse me, you guys, I am a little bit under the weather, but I'm gonna try to push through these videos. So a lot of women can kind of relate to going to the salon and realizing that the prices are just not what they used to be. So there have been a lot of talk about hairstylists. They're actually leaving the beauty industry and going back to a 9-to-5 job. Yes, it's like if you don't have a stylist to do your hair, then who's gonna do it? Obviously you are, right? And I've even seen like some stylists who have been, they've spent like years building their business and their clientele, and now they're rethinking their career and they're headed back to a regular traditional job. So a few years ago, being a hairstylist was seen as a booming business. And I remember at one point I wanted to be not a hairstylist, but I wanted to be an esthetician. I still kind of do. But because of all the stuff that I've been seeing on social media about how it's literally not worth it anymore, it's kind of like, do I still want to pursue that? Or, I know how to do eyebrows really good. And so I was just thinking maybe if I was an esthetician, I could probably provide that type of service in my local community. So a couple years ago, you could like walk into a salon, get a silk press for about $80 and, be on your way.
Honestly, not surprised as someone who gets their hair done pretty often because the prices are outrageous right now. I would go get, knotless braids or box braids or something like literally like my hair length, like right here, and they'd be charging like $200, trying to charge $250. They're not washing your hair. They're not blow drying your hair. They're not doing the work. They're not doing the service. They're trying to get us to pay for their lifestyle, like the lifestyle that they want to live. So they're charging these prices. I'm like, y'all are not doing celebrity clients. Most of your clients, if not all of your clients, are regular people who work regular jobs. I don't understand how you're adding $10 for this, $20 for this, $30 for this, like adding for these additional charges. If you're late by 5 minutes, it's an extra $30 charge. Or if you go on someone's like booking website, lists of notes of requirements of what you can and can't do, what they won't do. They don't even like to offer you water when you go into these people's homes. A lot of these people aren't even licensed to do these things, and they're trying to charge like they got licensed prices. When did silk presses get to become like $200? Be so for real. Once COVID started hit, like the inflation started to hit, like I understand that you have to raise your prices accordingly, but like going from $80 from a silk press to $200 for a silk press is insane to me. And people cannot pay for that stuff. Like we have other things to pay for. That's why people are learning to do beauty care themselves, learn how to do nail services themselves, or learn how to do their own hair themselves because it's not worth it. Like if I can do it myself, I'm not about to pay for it. I think the beauty industry is lacking customer service and they're lacking professionalism.
Today, you have to book an appointment. They're not taking walk-ins anymore, you guys. And you're going to be paying, a rush fee. You're going to be paying a chair fee. There's so many different fees that they add on to these things, and it causes the price of the service itself to just, go up. Nowadays, it's like, I used to can go in the salon and get a silk press for about $80. Now it's like $200. For one, the customer service is not there. And for two, the pricing is like way too high. Everybody is going through, their own, issues. Rent is high. The light bills are high. We got to pay for food. They barely want to give people food stamps that, deserve food stamps. So we got to pay for this shit out of our own pockets. And then you want to come and charge us $200 just to lay a wig, just to, flat iron some hair. And you're not even washing the hair.
I'm a 27-year licensed cosmetologist, retired. I just retired from a 27-year career. And to be honest with you, the 9 to 5, the ones that you all are talking about, going back to the 9 to 5s, they're not cosmetologists. There are levels to this. When you take the time to go to school, to learn your theory, to get licensed, it's a career. As a licensed cosmetologist, you are required by the state to practice sanitation. A shampoo is required. It's a part of that sanitation process. If she's not licensed, she's not required to shampoo you. Okay? That's why they can charge you the upcharge for all of these different, like a la carte. She's not required by state to shampoo you. A lot of these new customers, and I say you customers because you don't keep up maintenance on your natural hair. You're not rebooking. You're not being consistent. You don't have a standing appointment. But the person that you're going to get a particular style, you're going to somebody else for another style. That stylist that you're dealing with, she doesn't know what a sodium hydroxide is. She doesn't know what a ammonium thioglycolate is. She don't know what an occipital bone is. She's not educated in theory. So let's get this all the way right. Don't get it twisted. If you take the time out to go to a licensed professional, she has made a commitment in her career. You just going for a quick fix to a YouTube University stylist that looks at this as a hustle.
So here's the real tea on why stylists are going back to their 9 to 5. Stylists are going back to their 9 to 5 because they are not professional. Let's just keep it real. If you are professional and you giving your clients an excellent customer service that they can't get anywhere else, they're not going nowhere. And if you are struggling with building your clientele, it's probably because one of those things, or you're not giving your client value.
Treat people how you want to be treated. And I know that is such a thing that's always said, but it is so important to treat people how you would like to be treated, like when you're getting a service done. I'm not overcharging my clients. Like, I'm not charging you $200 for a silk press and then you gotta come washed and blow dry. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't click to me. I don't know why there's a lot of girls out here doing that.
And I get it. Here's the thing. The rising cost of everything is probably one of the reasons why, the prices of stuff has gone up. But I feel like if the customer service is not there and it kind of just feels like you're charging me this extra amount because you really don't want to do my hair, but you want the money, but you really don't want to do, my hair. It's kind of like, I feel like that's one of the reasons too. Like, it all boils down to like customer service. I've seen somebody saying something about how, they'll book an appointment and then they get to their appointment and the person not even there. I've had that happen to me before as well. So it's kind of like, are y'all taking y'all businesses serious? Because, if somebody booked an appointment for 9 o'clock a.m. and you don't show up until 10 o'clock a.m., it's like you kind of just wasted your customer's time and you're inconsiderate of everybody's time. Because if you have all these people booked at certain times and you're not showing up, it just kind of shows that, you don't really care. And it's really just a money grab for you anyway. A lot of people are not willing to pay $200 for a silk press, especially if you're going to be late showing up. I also don't like when these stylists try to charge you extra fees. Like on their booking website, it'll say like if you're late, they'll charge you an extra $20 or extra $30 if you're late. But then when I show up on time, you're late starting on my hair. I don't get it.
Service providers in the beauty industry going back to traditional 9 to 5s. And I just want to say that I feel the main cause of this right now is just a pure lack of self-awareness. It's one thing to lack accountability, but how can you be accountable for something that you are not even aware of, right? So you can't even fix a problem that you don't know you have. And a lot of times, people jump into stuff for the wrong reason. I used to schedule clients for 9 a.m. knowing I wasn't an early bird. Like, I would have people out there waiting for me. And this was early on in my career, right? I would have people waiting for me knowing damn well I was going to be late. But I was scheduling my clients for 9 a.m. because I saw other people doing that shit. And eventually I had to realize I'm not the early person. But my work is good enough that people will adjust to the way my schedule works, right? So I made the necessary adjustments. I didn't get mad at the clients. I fix the problem, and I was part of the problem. So the sooner y'all become self-aware, the better off you will be. And that's in any area of life. It's not just being a service provider. It's for any area of life. Self-awareness, I heard somebody say this before, but self-awareness is a superpower. Now, we should always be the first person to check ourselves.
In all honesty, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The price of things do have to go up when, you know, there's inflation. But it should not go from paying $80 for something and then turn around and now it's $200. Like, that, it just doesn't make, like, the math just does not make sense. How does an $80 service go from $80 to $200 or $300 or $700? I don't get it. And I would never pay that much for a hairstyle or for any type of service, because at the end of the day, I can just get on YouTube and do it myself. Especially if the service that you're providing is not worth that much money. I feel like I could just do it myself. And a lot of other people feel the same way. They feel like they could just do it themselves. They could just DIY it themselves, get on YouTube, learn how to do their own lace front, learn how to do their own braids. And, you know, kudos to them. But it's, I mean, you know, gone are the days where you could find like really good hairstylists that actually will wash your hair.
If you're lucky, you get a good stylist that know how to bleach your knots, blend it right, melt that HD lace, do you some good baby hairs.
Their poor customer service. I think the customer service is terrible, and I think the wait time that it takes for people to sit and get their hair done is astronomical. When I first started my natural hair journey back in 2007, I was going to a hair salon. I was going there for probably at least like 7-8 years. And when I tell you, I used to be in that shop hours getting my hair done. Just a wash and curl. A silk press. Like, I never got weave. I don't wear weave. So I would spend hours, 5-6 hours in a hair salon. And at that time, I was younger. And I had a son at that time. Once I had my child, I could not spend all day in no hair salon. I couldn't. And I think the issue with that is people will sit and no one will ever be considerate. No one will ever check in on them. You would just be sitting there for hours and hours just waiting, being frustrated. So stylists are overbooking. You're booking 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, and you're not getting there till 1 o'clock. How? I think just as much as stylists want people to respect their time, you have to respect your clients. And I think that that is the biggest thing, that people are not having loyal clients anymore or having enough to sustain their lifestyle because they are just not taking the time and energy to actually make sure their systems are all together. The system being broken will affect everything.
You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get the discussions popping. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also turn on that post notification so you know when I post a video. And until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video.